Hi everyone! So I'm just going down the field to move the fence for the horses, and I expect you can just see them there. I don't know why it always looks so far away on the camera, but anyway, they'll be very excited that I'm moving the fence. I thought today I'd just do a bit of a video about why I like keeping the horses sort of here on their own and not at the big yard. Because there's definitely some advantages. There are some things I miss. Hello Tom Tom. Hello Tom Tom. So we're going to go all the way down the bottom. This is one of the things that it's definite advantage to just having mine here. Hello. Hello. And Pazza. Good boys. On their own. Tommy's feeling a bit silly. Are you running around? Are you feeling a bit silly? It's not very sunny today, is it? No. Anyway, like I was saying, that's one of the things I like about keeping them here, just the three of them and not on a big yard, is that I can totally control the grass and move the fence a little bit, so I can give them as much grass as I want to, little monster, and as I think they can take. So that's a definite advantage. So I can save the grass as well, but also that I can turn them out all year round. Oh, run! Don't want to get squashed by the loopy-loos. Honestly. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with you, Tommy Tom Tom? Just I haven't got anything to eat on me, you know. Go the other side of the fence for a minute then, I think, if you're all being very silly. So where was I? So I can put them out all year round, so you know, I know a lot of yards now only allow horses out like for an hour a day or something, because they try to save their grazing, which, as far for me, a horse is supposed to be out. I bring mine in obviously partly because Basil's a thoroughbred and he can live out all year round, really. He probably could if he had lots of rugs on, but it also controls how much grass they eat in the summer, gets them out of the flies. Basil tends to be better if he's in at night time in the winter, and Chesney likes coming into his stable, so it is nice being able to have that, but also I can put them out as much as I want all year round, which is nice. I do miss having someone else to look after all the fencing and stuff there. That is a bit frustrating. There's always something happening. The hedge needs trimming, or a post has fallen down or something. This is the permanent fencing around the edge, so there's always something, or there's a branch fallen down around the edge of the field or something that needs fixing. So I find that is something that is nice to have somebody else look after. I do miss that, definitely. Fixing the fence and stuff like that. It's nice to be able to control my worming here as well. Worm egg counts, worm. I'm in control of that, so I haven't got to worry that someone else might not have done it, and all that sort of thing, which obviously is good as well, especially now with egg counts and resistance and that sort of thing. So that's definitely a good thing as well, which I do like. It's more quiet for the horses as well, just the three of them, you know. When I bring them in the morning, then they can have a really nice quiet day in the summer. There's not people turning up and feeding at different times and giving hay nets at different times and stuff, so I can set the routine and they don't get disturbed, and the routine can work around me going to work and other stuff as well, which I like. Definitely that's a good thing as well. I do sometimes miss having like a second opinion, a second horsey person's opinion. Now, if I'm not sure if they're quite right, if they've got a cut or something, should I call the vet and that sort of thing. So sometimes I do miss that. That's quite a big thing, I think, to get used to when you stop keeping them on a yard, is not having somebody else to talk to. When I first took them away from a big yard, I did none of these three, but a previous horse. I did actually have somebody up the road who had horses, so that was quite nice as a second opinion. I don't have now, but it sort of got me used to it a little bit slowly, which was nice. I do also miss having help. If you're not feeling very well or to go on holiday and stuff, on a big yard you can usually get someone, you know, and you can trade, so you look after their horse if they're away and they look after yours if you're going away or something. So I do miss that. That's quite nice, having somebody else that you can sort of share jobs and tasks with, or turning them out and feeding them first thing in the morning and that sort of thing. So I do miss that. Although obviously, as I said, I like setting my own routine. And I also sometimes miss having someone to ride with, but not so much now. I do like going out on Basil on my own. I always take my phone, and if I'm going further than usual, I would tell someone where I was going. So we quite like having a potter. I talk to Basil when I'm riding him as well, so it's not really like I don't have anyone to talk to. I'm glad I'm the other side of the fence, you monsters. The other things, I guess, are I don't have to worry so much about the horses getting some illnesses and diseases that can be caught from other horses. You know, these three actually don't go anywhere really, so they're not got anyone to bring any diseases in. So they're fairly safe from quite a lot of things that can be caught out on at shows and that sort of stuff. They don't mix with other horses. So that's a nice thing. I don't have to worry quite so much about that as well. And I have lots of space to keep my things. I don't just have like this tiny spot in the tack room for a saddle and a box with about one rug and not much else. But of course, if I'm lucky enough, there's an arena here, but if you haven't, then you're going to have much less facilities. There are less facilities here, obviously here. Don't have lots of jumps and things. Don't have cross-country jumps, don't have obviously instructors, horse walkers, round pens, all these other things that you can get at big yards nowadays. So that's something, I guess, to think about. But then you have to share the facilities at a big yard, so they're not always going to be free when you want them anyway, so that's maybe not necessarily a good thing. I also don't miss the nastiness that can be on a yard, people giving their own opinion and being quite nasty about each other, so I certainly don't miss that. I haven't met anyone on a yard yet that's never experienced that, so it just seems to happen. It's the way it goes, I guess, which is a shame, but there you go. Boys seem to be happy anyway. Oh, Basil's got a sly. But they do seem to be, you know, I do think they're calmer being here, just the three of them. And I don't think Tommy would, well, I know Tommy wouldn't have suited going to a yard. This is perfect for him. The quiet, the set routine. He knows what's going to happen, but you know, same horses all the time, and the fact that the stables are fenced in and don't have to catch him every day as well, and he can just come in and out. It's definitely an environment that suits him totally, so that's perfect really. They make me laugh how they stand in a line just down that, because I've moved the fence 2 or 3 feet. They just stand in a line. Tommy's always a bit more wary. Why didn't you go the other end of Basil, Tommy? Tommy's always a bit more wary about being too close to Chesney. You're just a silly pony. You're a silly pony. Eating weeds. Anyway, they all seem to be happy. So I guess it's personal choice in a lot of ways, but also money comes into it, I know. But big livery yard fees with all the facilities can be very expensive nowadays. So, you know, this is an option for some people to just have a field and some stables in it without all the extra stuff. So that's my video today. Thanks for watching. The boys are happy, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, bye.